Okay, time for a haul that no one asked for, but you're getting anyway. All right, I'm going to talk about the differences between living in Brazil, the United States, and in Berlin while I do my makeup completely from the drugstore. And we'll see what kind of look we can get from that. So this is my drugstore haul from DM. Welcome, thank you for being here. Happy to have you. First of all, we have some eucalyptus bath salt. Some feminine products. Sometimes they have the products that I like at the store, and sometimes they are absolutely nowhere to be seen. So those are those. Okay, and then we have some lavender hand soap for the home. We have some deodorant because it's nice to not smell terrible. We have a nail buffer. Yes. Some cute scrunchies. I thought these were super cute. You know, I was going to say maybe I'm too old, but I don't think so. I can't be too old for things that make me happy. So, some liners, nail files to keep the nails looking nice. I'm on a mission to help myself do better this year. So we have that. What else do we have in this bag of goodies? And we also have hair ties. I'm going to start styling myself pretty soon here. So here we go. We'll do, that is all of the hair stuff. Onto the makeup. So the foundation that we're using, which is Maybelline New York. I haven't tried Maybelline since my freshman year of high school, where I used foundation for the first time and it all melted off of my face. It was completely two-toned and I was completely orange on my sweater with streaks of my real skin showing through. So we'll see if they have improved their formula since 2008. And I also got a beauty blender. So we have the Radiant Liquid Maybelline foundation in a color that I think matches my skin, and just the DM, just the regular DM beauty blender. The beauty blender is huge. Where shall we begin? First of all, I'll talk about why I left the United States in the first place. I graduated from USC, as we all know, and then after that, I decided to take a break. I didn't secure a job before I graduated, so I was like, I've been working really hard my whole life, I'm taking a break. Took a break until the end of that year, and then in the next year, I decided to go through the whole job recruiting process. So I did that. I did the high-end recruiting, was getting recruited by Bloomberg, by a giant commercial apartment corporation in Portland, Oregon, as well as a pretty small but really friendly and well-paying loan officer job in Irvine. Now it's the moment of truth. We're going to see if this blends. Wow! Okay, I'm impressed. All right, so long story short, during this time I got really into art and music, started to really discover myself. I decided to go to Portland, Oregon to be a commercial real estate broker, which I was really great at actually. And my degree was in real estate development, so that worked out well. It did not work out well. Long story short, I ended up getting seasonal depression because I was not used to winter, nor living alone, nor living in a place that I didn't know anyone, having a hard time making friends, as well as having an extremely high pressure job where everyone was about twice my age and male. So I had a really difficult time justifying what I was doing there. And I knew that I just wanted more. I wanted to travel. I was also just honestly way too young to have this job. I am impressed. I mean, it's a little bit orange. Overall, wow, pretty nice. So I decided that I wanted to travel, I wanted to see the world, I wanted to explore, I wanted to do new things. So then I took a really, really long time to physically recover from that job. I was really ill. And during this, I decided to pursue a more holistic lifestyle and the holistic path. And then I discovered spirituality, not discovered it, it was already there, but I just met people for the first time who really understood what I would think all the time and how I felt and what I was experiencing and weird things that would happen or coincidences I would see or how I would view people. I just finally met people who I felt got it and who were also trying to break out of what we had all been taught our entire lives. So I went down that road, and then I kind of ended up meeting the Oracle on the path, and this just kind of changed my life. I had a clearing, and after that, I felt like I had my life to look forward to, actually. Whereas before, I had no vision of a future past the age of like 21 or 22. And come to find out, it's because my previous life right before this one, I was a male in the Middle East somewhere, which I seem to have quite a lot of memories and a lot of lifetimes in that particular area. So this made sense, but I died at around 22, like by gunshot. And I, as like a martyr, to be made an example of. And it's strange how emotional that makes me feel, because like this life I'm so privileged and I'm beautiful and I'm female, and I really haven't had to struggle. Like my struggles have all been internal. So this is an internal journey of self-love and discovery on my part, because the last one was just like really, really insane. So that happened. For the first time realized that like, oh my god, I have like 60 to, I think I have like 80 more years to live at this point, and that's a lot of time. Like, what am I gonna do? And I had all this freedom, and I was so excited, and everything was all brand new. Maybelline. Okay, I think that's blended enough. So next we have, ooh, this is so fun. I haven't done my makeup in ages and I'm never here, so this is really cool. Okay, next, I don't know what that says. To me, I think it says trasher because lotion is trash, but anti-age, whatever, it's concealer. Oh, Maybelline also. Right, so now I have a lot longer time to live now, and I didn't think that I had that much time. Come on, open. Yeah. How does this work? Okay, ooh, that's what the back of your hand is for. Ow. Okay. Okay, can you see this? Okay. Ooh. Oh, ladies. Okay, I saw a thing on TikTok that you're supposed to blend everything up because it gives you a facelift. And I'm reaching the age, which is crazy. Ooh, already. We're just gonna blend everything down here. Okay, so this is actually where the story really begins, because I just realized that my life was meant for something a lot different than what I originally thought. And I spent a lot of time really agonizing over what I should do about that. And eventually I just decided like, hey, how do I have a job where I can live anywhere, I can travel, and I can explore? So I looked into the International TEFL Academy because probably ads from somewhere, but anyway, I decided I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna live abroad. I'm going to find myself. I'm going to see where I'm meant to be and all of this. So I did that. I got my TEFL certification, which was really difficult to get, and a whole new world opened up of possibilities, and the world became my home instead of just the country that I grew up in, which if anyone has the chance to, whenever you can, live in another country. Like, don't just visit there, live there. Do what people do there. Try and speak the language, learn something, not just like learn something new, but really like learn something new. Like, see your country from a different perspective. It goes for everywhere. Just live somewhere else for a while. That would solve a lot of problems, I think. What's next? Oh, look at this pretty lady. And I also got the box. Oh, oh my god. Being a girl is so awesome. Don't you think? Like, I love being a woman. I love being female. Oh, it just brings me so much joy. All these little things. You guys, treat yourself, please, because Oh, look at this. So cute. Let's take off the little. Oh my god, they're so cute. Look at all the brushes. Eyebrows? We should probably do eyebrows. Okay, we're using NYX eyebrows I really need more beauty gurus who look like me and have my complexion to do this kind of stuff because like I hope this helps. I know that we're probably a pretty small demographic. In Brazil, oh no. I don't know if we have these products in Brazil. I did not wear makeup there because it's too humid. Everything would just completely melt off your face. But here, it's cold. So, okay, back to the story. Received my TEFL certification in Chicago and met some of the most amazing people and professors and a community that I was like, wow, there's so many people like this who have lived abroad or want to live abroad and just understand cultural difference and what that means. And that is so valuable. And I felt like I was having the time of my life there. Can't totally see what I'm doing because the mirror is quite far away. Give me a sec. I'm gonna be right back and finish my eyebrows. Okay. I like this look. I like the eyebrows. Okay, back to the cute makeup brushes and this palette we have here. These are so pretty. Look at these. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, we're just gonna do simple, like natural looking makeup. Okay, so here we go. Let's use this guy from our new brushes. And I'm going to use Artist because that's what we are, okay? We're artists over here. Ooh, okay. A little light, but we'll go with it. Okay, doing this part's actually a lot harder. Where were we? Right, so I got my TEFL certification. After this, I remember sitting in the office with my advisor and we looked at a giant world map the size of the entire wall and just went like, where do you want to go? And always I will know that I can go anywhere in the world and have this ability and this skill that is so useful. It's more valued in some countries than others, which is reflected in your paycheck. But it was really pretty incredible. So then I decided I wanted to go to Brazil, and then I had like the absolute adventure of a lifetime. That is a entirely different story in another video in and of itself. So I'm going to skip that for now. But it was magical. Agora eu posso falar português. I was fluent in Portuguese. I learned so much about America, about all kinds of things. So this was the first time when I was living on my own and supporting myself fully financially as well. I had work, I had friends, I had community, I had a language, I had a culture that I felt warm and accepted in. It was my first time not experiencing racism. Let me rewind that. It was my first time since leaving my hometown that I didn't experience racism and prejudice to a degree that severely affected my everyday life. Before, I had to like work around what people already thought about me just so that they could hear what I was really trying to say. It was a lot of like maneuvering, but in Brazil, it was just, this is to the point. I was like, I don't know the language or the culture and I'm learning, so if I fuck up, sorry, you just need to be a bit more direct with me. But there was a lot of like leeway and freedom and a lot of room for mistakes within social ties. And it wasn't necessarily easy to make friends, but I just felt so at home there and so welcome in a very genuine way. Okay, so I want a little bit of glitter. So I'm going to use Inspirer. Okay, we're using Inspirer. Am I inspiring you? I hope I'm inspiring you to take care of yourself and do new things and do have some fun. Okay, I can't really see, so we'll see how this turns out. This angle on the camera, I know, looks terrible. Okay, I know my face is all warped. Just bear with me. Okay, just bear with me. Hold on. Okay, so you're probably like, Kiana, if you loved Brazil so much, why did you leave? I'm so glad that you asked. So doing anything in Brazil is really difficult. I mean, doing anything in any country that is bureaucratic, that is not in your language or culture, is very difficult. And it took me a really long time to figure out what I needed to do in order to extend my visa. By the time I got there, the offices were closed, and then I passed my visa deadline, and by the time I returned, my visa deadline was over and I had broken a rule, so then they gave me 2 months to leave the country. So I was like, okay, well, I have 2 months to leave the country. This really sucks, but I want to come back. So I don't want to be in bad terms with the Brazilian government. 6 months later, Americans didn't need a visa to enter into Brazil anymore. So I could have just stayed and like all of that would have been forgiven, which is like interesting to think about. I had 2 months to leave the country. I had to leave by that date, and then I wasn't allowed to re-enter the country for 3 months. So in those 3 months, I went back to California and I got set up in San Diego. I felt really independent and wanted to keep my independence and thought, why, if I can do this in Brazil, in another country, in another language, why can't I do this in my own country? So, foreshadowing, I couldn't. So I was like, oh, okay, this is totally gonna work out. I can hear the narrator over, it did not work out. Let me get Explorer now. Ooh. Like, did I pick the right palette or did I pick the right palette? Because I'm gonna put Explorer in the outer corners. Sorry, my mirror is all the way behind you. Oh my. Guys, we're glowing up, I'm telling you. All right, so I only had 2 months to leave the country. I did this, I went to San Diego. I had housing there and then commenced all of my housing troubles for the last like 2 years, which I don't really like to talk about because it was really stressful and really sad. However, ooh, nice. Here we go, okay? Okay, and then I'm just gonna take this and go underneath, like in the corners, just right on the edge also. Okay, just on the edges here. Just to kind of, I think it like opens up the eye a bit. Here we go. All right, eyeshadow is done. I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlighter in a few places and finish explaining what happened. I got a job in San Diego for 3 months and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna save up my money, and then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get out of here. But life happens, and I ended up meeting people I wasn't expecting to meet. I loved my work, but I was shocked again by the American culture, which was like really depressive. Like coming from a place where people were really open and really warm, and then going to a place like California where now I'm experiencing prejudice again. Oh, wait a second. What do I want here? I'm gonna go back with Inspirer. Okay, so I'm back in San Diego. Life happens. I wasn't expecting to meet the people that I met. I really loved the people that I met because they were all struggling just like me. They were like, America's totally fucked up and like this is our country and we know how much better it could be. It was really hard to like get people to get out of their homes. And I was like, I was like, why is everyone like, just, what are they doing, you know? Like no one's going anywhere. There's no place to really go except for nature. But most of the time everyone after work was sitting at home watching Netflix or on their phone or just totally checked out. And I didn't understand why, and I realized it's because most of the people in San Diego are extremely overworked and have really, really high stress, super low paying jobs for that market. So just surviving was really difficult and required about like 80% more effort than what I needed to do to survive in Brazil. On top of not being able to have community or just being able to walk outside and run into people or be able to share some sort of a common something. Like in Brazil, there's just like an understanding in the air that we're all human and we're all connected to Earth and we're all in this together, and I don't really need to like you, but I still respect your humanity. And in the States, it felt more like a competition between who had more resources, who could get more resources, and who had the character traits that society would give more resources to. So it was kind of like a rat race in another way, and I kind of just had a really hard time with that and left into nature. I escaped into nature. Okay, now we have the fun part. I got some blue. I think this is bronzer. Ooh, I'm getting hot now. Hopefully this is okay. So I decided that America wasn't for me. I would much rather live in Brazil with fewer resources in general as a country, but like people were just alive more. However, I got so many messages to go to Berlin, and from people in Brazil that I met in Brazil and from people I knew in Orange County where I grew up. And they were like, you should really try out Berlin, 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 Berlin. So I kept hearing about Berlin and I was like, I know that once I go back to South America, like I'm not leaving. And I really want to live in Berlin. I want to check out what this is all about. So I came to Berlin and I had no idea if I was going to stay here or not. However, once I got here, everything kind of just took off. It's a really energetic, really vibrant, really intense place. So whatever you're looking for, you can really find it here, and people will be open enough to like invite you in, but not in the sense that they do in Brazil where it's kind of like whatever. Here it's like, okay, I invite you in, but like we're not cool like that though, you know? That was interesting to find out. So I have more stories about what kind of happened during the year that I kind of just disappeared from all of you in general. Lots and lots and lots of crazy stories. But I'm hoping that like now that I'm coming back out into the light a bit, that I'll be able to take those experiences and share them and alchemize them into something that is beneficial to everybody. The fact that I'm like living in this apartment right now is just a godsend. Truly, and I can't believe that I'm here. I have my visa now. So long story short, I started having so much fun and such a good time in Berlin, and there was so much going on that I was like, I need to stay, I need to stay, I need to stay. And so I stayed, but then lockdown happened and everything changed, and I kind of started to settle into a different lifestyle, like what you just saw, a lot of more spending time alone. But the thing about Berlin is that no day is the same. The most consistent thing about here is that nothing is consistent. Things change really quickly, daily, people coming in, going out, people moving from one place to another place to another place. Everything is constantly in motion. There's only a really small amount of people that I know who haven't moved like 8, 9, 10 times since they arrived in the city like a year ago or 2 years ago or something like this. Okay, so this was the Alverde, like, thank you, okay. So I got the Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte Poreless Powder. Ooh. Okay, so I want to use this guy. Oh no, okay, I'm gonna use this one. I don't know if this is what this is for, but I think it'll be good enough. Okay, come on. Nice. Nice, that totally works. It's kind of, Berlin is just the kind of place where it's really difficult to describe, and everyone kind of has a different sort of perspective here. Like there really isn't like an overarching thing. But one overarching theme I can say is that it's the type of city where you really just meet yourself. I've had two different friends come and stay with me, and both of them had such unique and individual experiences that are as unique and individual as they are. So it's just this type of a place. I was happy to give them the platform to be able to experience that and like see what they are capable of, because the city really has no limits. So you really get to meet yourself. That's the best way I can describe this. Okay, this powder just, yes, 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 yes. Okay. Long story short, Berlin has made me very sad. Even though the culture is very progressive in a lot of ways, like people listen to what I have to say here. I don't experience racism here personally. I know a lot of people do, but I don't feel like I've ever really experienced racism. I've had prejudice a few times, but for different reasons. More so because I sound like this and I look like this, so I don't know, people just don't really take me very seriously ever or think that I've done that much, or I don't know. It's a culture where I feel really safe being alone, and I spend a lot of time alone because I have had bad experiences with other people. And like when it gets real and when like life starts to happen, people try to escape instead of just understand that it's like part of life. I hope that makes sense. Okay, we have this and these. These are both from L'Oreal Paris. Highlighter and a little bit more blush. Do you care what kind they are? This is L'Oreal Paris Extraordinaire Foil. I never listen to beauty gurus when they're explaining products because I don't look like them. So for sure those things wouldn't look good on my face, but if you look like me and you're wondering, this is what this is. So pretty. Okay, so I think this is more highlighter than not highlighter. Ooh, ooh, yes. Oh, ooh, yes. This one is extra. This is extra, and I'm being extra. It took me a really long time to figure out that what I was experiencing wasn't me, it was the culture. And I realized that when I went to Italy and was like embraced with open arms again. So sometimes like it's not you. Sometimes it is you, but sometimes it's not you. And you have to learn where the line is. And that took quite some time for me to learn. Okay, I think this looks so pretty. All right, so lastly, ooh, let's go full glam and do liquid eyeliner. This is Tatouage Signature by Superliner L'Oreal Paris. That's what this is. Yes, felt tip. No talking. I was holding my breath. Okay, here's a trick. If you have hooded eyes like me, then instead of doing the swoop all the way like this, you actually make it an arch up here. Like here you go this way, and it actually creates an upward lifting effect. So I'm going to see if I can make that happen. Like you take the line straight across. I can get it working. Ooh, and then there. And then you color it in. Okay, you kind of hopefully you could have seen it. I'm gonna fix it and then be back. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun. All right, I did not get black eyeliner, but we'll use the brown one for the under the eye. Why am I in Berlin so long? Good question. I kind of got stuck here. I moved 10 times since I arrived, And when I was in San Diego before I left, I moved 7 times. So I've been moving around for a long time, and I didn't want the culture shock of going back anywhere else. I'm trying to open this, by the way. I had such high hopes for being here, and I had it was deceiving. It got me with like how fun the parties were and the music, and I came for the music and for the art, which is why I'm here. And the whole entire time that I have been here, it's like my freshman year of college, I was just absorbing a lot of information because there is a lot of information. Here, you even have to filter through different cultures because it's a really large city. So there isn't so much of one tying culture altogether, besides that, like, you're in Europe, which is my opinion on the matter. I tried learning German. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was fluent in Portuguese in 5 months, and German, I'm like still at a loss. And it's been quite some time. So this is why I am here. I'm giving it another chance because I have my own place now. I have stable housing, and maybe like the stress of moving everywhere was really affecting me. Berlin's such a conundrum. It's a love-hate relationship, really. But I want to give it a shot. I want to, you know, kind of spread my wings a bit and see kind of like if it's just been me, but I have some stories. Okay, oh, I didn't say what this is. This is brown eyeliner, L'Oreal Paris, Eyeliner, signature, and it's just brown. Brown. It's brown denim. That's this. Oh my god, this is so exciting. I love it. Okay. All right, so I had to get this one just because it's like a classic, and I also got this one. So the Voluminous Extra Black. I want to try this on one eye and this on the other and see what I like better. Okay, so we'll do that. Do I need to elaborate more on what Berlin has been like? I have so much respect for what this city has built and what they have done to overcome its really dark history, which is another thing. Wherever you go, the history, you feel it. Like in Brazil, you can feel that they ended slavery 100 years after the US. In Berlin, you can feel that the Holocaust started here. And that is like really, 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 really dark and really stressful. Like some apartment buildings, I can't live in them because they have too dark of a history. This one has really good energy, but it's because of it's been like inhabited more, so, and like uplifted and renovated, but just this part has really good vibes. So I want to give Berlin more of a try. I want to grow a bit more here. I want to relax, not move for a hot minute, create. That is what my plan is. All right, now let's try this one. There's nothing like fresh makeup, you know? This is, I think I said that, the Voluminous Volume Mascara from L'Oreal. Okay, well, here we go. This is the finished look. I feel so pretty. I am impressed. Oh, wait. There's more. There's one more. How could I have almost forgotten? I'm sorry. We have Catrice Cosmetics Volumizing Lip Booster. I don't need that, but this is the prettiest color that they had in the store. And it's full color in Everyone's Nude. Everyone's nude. I really hope that I can be a light to people. Yo. Okay, so this is where I'm at. This is the journey that I've been on, and I hope that I can just inspire people to get out and do something different and treat yourself and honor the person that you are and the stories that you have. Your experiences matter and they are unique, and sometimes you experience things that you just want to keep to yourself, but I feel like I've been exploring for so long and diving so deep for so long that I hope that it can just help someone else to do the same or not feel so lonely in the process. I'm realizing now like how unique this perspective is, and I just hope that I can share it. I think that's all that I have for now. Should we just like add a scrunchie for funsies? Shall we? No. I like my hair up. So this is the finished look. I hope that that was informative, inspiring, entertaining. This is a full face of makeup from DM, which is just the drugstore here in Germany, and I'm impressed. They did a pretty good job, and the blending worked out. I wish you so much exploration and goodness, and thank you for being here, thank you for listening, and thanks for being on the ride. I hope I can share more and more as time goes on, which is what I plan to do. I have many fun projects coming up which I can do because I live in Berlin, Germany, so you see, love-hate relationship on the line. We're working on making it healthier. And please like and subscribe for more content, and follow me on Instagram, and I start TikTok this week also, so follow me there, and I will see you next time. Thank you.